Hi beautifuls, it has been too long. It's been too long. It feels so good to be back talking with you. I've missed you guys so much, and I haven't even been gone that long. I took a little bit of a break off from filming, so hi, welcome to my channel, welcome back. It feels really nice to welcome you back here. I hope you've been doing well. You have some vlog clips to show you, I have some exciting stuff to share with you, but I thought I would just give you a little bit of an update right at the start so we can just kind of catch up with each other. Thank you so much for all of your messages. I decided to just take, I didn't really decide. It wasn't really something I had pre-planned, but I decided inevitably to take about a week off from filming and uploading. I was just not doing very well, both mentally and physically. There's been a lot of stuff going on, different things, but yeah, just a lot of mental and physical health struggles. So I decided to just take some time off, try to relax. School has also been extremely schoolish. So many essays, so much work, so much reading that I think my eyeballs are gonna fall out. But at the same time, I got to spend a lot of quality time with my partner, with Calcifer, and that was just really nice. The first piece of just, sad news I have to share with you is that I'm sure you remember from my last vlog that I uploaded, because so many of you have been asking in comments and messaging me like, hey, when can we see your new cat? When are they gonna be on screen? When are we gonna meet them? So unfortunately what happened with that is that at the last moment, because I said we were gonna adopt her, the adoption just fell through, and it turns out that the foster actually wanted to adopt her, and kind of that's where she's going. So at the end of the day, that is ultimately what's best for her. She's already there, she's already familiar with him, they must love her to pieces. So I know that's ultimately the best thing for her, not causing her any more discombobulation, I guess. But yes, there is no new cat here, which is quite sad. I'm very sad about it. It is just Calcifer, so crazy old Calcifer. So we are still on the lookout for a new playmate for our man, a new cat. We'd still like to adopt, of course. So that's kind of why you haven't seen her, because she's simply not here. I also had the chance to put up a little poll on Instagram to ask you, because I've been taking such a I guess longer break. I haven't taken this much of a break with my channel in years, so it felt really weird. But just kind of what you would like to see, what videos you want to see, and the absolutely overwhelming response was vlogs. Plain and simple, just vlogs, whether they are productive or unproductive vlogs, vlogs at home, more vlogs like my old vlogs, longer vlogs, very long vlogs. And the most common theme, I think, was just like, Emma, tell us more about yourself, about your life, like share more of you, which is both something incredibly flattering and something I do understand, because when I watch YouTube, whether those are my favorite booktubers or just other lifestyle YouTubers, the thing that I love most is when they talk about in depth, like their own life, what's going on with them, opening up to their audience and just like really getting to know them as a person. That's what I really love. The books are like an added bonus, but my favorite booktubers, like they combine both so seamlessly, so fantastically, and I really love getting to know them better. So I completely understand where you're coming from. I think when I first started to make content on YouTube, that was my goal, combining quite a deep sharing of my life with books, because they are so linked. They're so linked, and I think just as my channel has grown and grown and grown, it's become increasingly difficult for me to be as vulnerable. And so kind of on my week off, I was like, do I want to commit to this? Do I want to share more? Because I feel like, especially since moving to Toronto, just dealing with more mental issues, dealing with living in a big city, I've been more reticent to share more deeply what has been, I guess, going on with me or different events in my life. Number one, because I don't ever want to seem like I am complaining or anything like that, because that's just not the angle I kind of want to come at all. It is hard sometimes, especially to pick up and vlog every single day, and so taking a week off, I was just like, yes, like I really miss it. I miss talking to you guys in depth about so much stuff, because I just really love that. The most about this community is the the honesty and the sharing in the comment section, and I just really feel so grateful for it, and I've really missed it. So I think that's going to be a renewed goal of mine going forward, is to talk more about what's going on. So, and combine the book stuff with such deep me stuff, I guess. So yeah, I'll try to meet all of the requests that were in the Instagram poll there, but thank you so much for putting forward your requests, and I have a bunch of videos to work on now, which is really exciting because I haven't been filming at all for over a week now. So number one super mundane thing, the bangs. I feel bald, but this is just my forehead. I have not cut my bangs in weeks. I am sick of them. This happens every summer when it's very hot out. They just get so, I don't know, they just stick to my forehead and I just don't want them. So I've stopped cutting them, and I'm trying to see if I want to like try and grow out some curtain bangs. So yeah, just have to bear with my hairstyles for a little bit. But if you can hear vacuuming, that is because someone is very nicely vacuuming the hallway out there. I still have so many exciting things to tell you. I have some really fun reading updates. I want to dive more into school stuff that I've been working on really in depth. Took a break off that wasn't entirely nice. It honestly wasn't like, it didn't feel really like a nice break because I was kind of just really in the pits and had one of the most debilitating periods of my life that coincided with that week off. So that is still something, like I've talked about that a bit in the past. I think mostly like a year ago, I was like, hey, I have this doctor appointment to see if endometriosis is really the case or whatnot, because really bad, debilitating, both in terms of physical and mental health, like that kind of just awfulness is what I've had pretty much my whole life with my period. So it's kind of just been something I've mostly just suffered through every month, but the past few years I've kind of been feeling like, you know what, let's just get to the bottom of this, let's see what's going on. And I didn't really realize how, I think, difficult it is to get like a firm diagnosis of endometriosis, because my last doctor's update was, let's send you in for an ultrasound and I think a pelvic examination, was it, or something, both of those things. Everything came back normal with that, which is good, but those are the things that rule out like other things that aren't endometriosis. So the fact that those tests came back all clear means that, you know, endometriosis is that much more likely. And because I have all of the symptoms of endometriosis, I feel pretty certain that that's what it is. But the next step to get diagnosed is quite difficult. So I don't know if I even want to pursue that. I don't know when I'm going to pursue that. The vacuuming has stopped. Feeling quite frustrated, quite down. And just the fact, just angry, just so angry at the fact that I have a period. I don't know if anyone else feels, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, ladies. You feel this anger, especially if it's really painful every month and it like extremely disrupts your life, your work, your schooling, your relationships, and your health. Basically, it's something incredibly frustrating. It's like, I did not ask for this. I do not want this. Of course, there's things that do help. Pain medication sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. That is where I was, on the floor. On the floor of the bathroom, having a bad time. I feel like it's just something so important to talk about because I don't know anyone like personally in my life who has something similar, so it can feel quite isolating and alienating. So and I just think it's so important to talk about because I feel like a lot of people, like, it's just not talked about, essentially. So there you go, there's my health update. If you're going through the same thing, I'm so sorry. I'm there for you, I'm there with you. And yeah, so this morning though, a lot of Canada is on fire. It's not good. I woke up this morning, I opened my blinds and I was gonna like blast open the fresh Toronto air, and it really was not fresh this morning. There is smoke everywhere. As soon as I opened my door, I got hit with like this more than campfire smell, and I was like, what is going on? I don't think Ontario does not, I think, currently have any wildfires out of control, but we are now getting vast amounts of smoke from the Quebec wildfires that are out of control. So it is smoke everywhere outside, incredibly smoggy, hazy, smoky, severe air warning today. So I cannot really have the windows open. and it just smells incredibly like a big campfire, which is not good. So yeah, that is that's the country update, I guess, for you, is that we are on fire. Alberta has been on fire. I think they're doing better with it now. Quebec is now on fire. Nova Scotia has been really badly on fire. And I have a big update with that as well. So anyway, let me stop blabbing, let me stop giving you this update, and let me just insert some really nice footage of kind of where I've been the past couple of weeks, what I've been up to, and what I've been doing. So here they are. Welcome to the vlog. I've missed you and I love you. Hello! I hope you can hear me because I'm filming outside, but this weekend, first of all, I'm sweating. It is so warm. We are at Doors Open, Ontario. Actually, I don't know if it's all across Canada or not, but it's in at least Ontario, where I think it's once a year they open buildings that are either normally closed to the public or you need to pay a certain fee to get in. Okay, so as I was trying to say, Doors Open. The Ontario Legislative Assembly. The line was too long. Who's waiting in line for that? Not me. Absolutely not me. But this morning we did stop by this big church that we didn't plan on going to, but because they were having a book sale out front, they lured me in. Anyway, now we're at the University of Toronto, just walking around because it's very beautiful. It's a very nice day, and this is making me miss in-school schooling.
Together, you could call it a vision or a tether. All at once I can see it, put back together. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision.
So like I was trying to say, over the weekend, it's now the week, welcome to the week, we went to Doors Open Toronto, which I was trying to say I know happens across Ontario at least. I'm not sure if all of Canada, but yeah, they open public and some private places to the public. It's all free admission. You can go and see different things. So we weren't planning to go, but we went to St. Andrew's Church because like when we took the streetcar by, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a book sale happening on their lawn. So we went to the book sale first, and then we were like, we might as well just go in the church, look around, because it's a pretty beautiful building. So that's what we did. And then from there we went to, I think, Osgood Hall, which is like a law hall. They have law courts in there, and it's also like, I think it's part of the law school because they have the law library in there. You can go, well, like, I can't go and study. I wish I could work in that space, but it's only for law students and lawyers, I think. So it is a beautiful building. It's quite old, and they have a gorgeous library, which I'm sure you saw. So that was really cool. I really like that. And then we were supposed to go to the Rare Books Library, which is located on the campus of U of T, but the line for that thing was so large, and it was a really hot day. I was just like, I'm not waiting around. I think that you can actually go to the Rare Books Library any day. I think this event just had a few more rooms open or exhibits open than they normally had, maybe like the archives or something, I'm not sure. So we didn't make it to the Rare Books Library, which was like the main thing on my list, but we also, like, we were just up by Queen's Park too, so we wanted to do, that's where the Ontario, is it? Yeah, the Ontario Assembly, Ontario Legislature is, which is a government building, and the lineup for that was even longer, and I was not waiting in line for the government building. So yeah, it's still a really nice place just to be like in the park of, because there's a lot of trees, and there was also like a little book festival going on. So I walked through there. I didn't buy anything because it was so busy. There were so many people there. It does mean I have some books to show you, and I also picked up a couple other little things that I want to show you. But today is actually Wednesday. Today's gonna be a big long day. I think actually I kind of want to leave the apartment a little bit because I have so much schoolwork to do that I keep saying. So I'm gonna try to tackle a lot of it today, because yesterday was a really rough day for me. Day one of the period is just cry, curl in a ball, douse yourself with ibuprofen, and, you know, hope you survive the day, basically. So feeling better today. I'm gonna try and tackle some things because I'm behind on this essay. The essay I'm working on right now is on H is for hawk. I think I haven't even really cemented my thesis, and I still need to do some research on like scholarly articles that I need to use for this. I'm not excited to write this one. I was not in love with this book. I feel like all the essays I've written so far this year I've felt really passionate about, and I've been able to do, or twist the question, twist the subject to do them on something I'm really interested in, whereas H is for hawk, I just wish I didn't have to do it on H is for hawk, but it's kind of the one that I'm the most, I guess, set up to do well at. So we're gonna just plow ahead with that. First things first, I'm about to go make a ham sandwich. This is like my go-to thing that I make not every day, but I make it a lot. I just really love it because I really love bagels. Who doesn't love a good bagel? I'm gonna go make a vegan ham sandwich. I think I say sandwich. Oh well. I know that the maintenance people are coming in today to do like they're changing some fan thing that everyone has to get changed. So I don't want to leave Kelsifer. I just want to wait until they come, and then I can go hopefully sit outside. But it is really hot. I was just telling Kelsifer how warm it is, and he was staring at me like he just couldn't believe it. I think it's going up to 30 today, 30 degrees. That's crazy. If all goes to plan though, I would really like to go kayaking this week. I love kayaking. My partner is scared of kayaking. He's a little bit terrified, but I'm like, if we just go in a 2-person kayak, I can promise you, like, I will do all the work. I'll keep us safe. Like, it'll be fine. So, but yeah, I really love kayaking. So anyway, okay, let's make breakfast. It's like a really good audiobook, then I don't want to listen to it. I want to have it to read. So I'm like, does this doom me to only listen to mediocre 3-star audiobooks? I don't know. Because I feel like recently whenever I start listening to an audiobook and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good, I kind of stop it and just put it on my wish list, and I'll be like, oh, I'll get to that in the future when like I get around to buying it and reading it for myself. Anyway, the book in question is 1,000 Steps Into Night by Tracy Chee. This one I just saw on Libby. Once again, I am in trouble with the library. It's not the Toronto Public Library now, it's my hometown library, because I can't escape their wrath. I don't know. I went on Libby today to borrow another audiobook from my hometown library card because I have both. Anyway, I went on and my hometown library card has expired, so now I'm blocked on that library card and I can't check anything out and I have to renew it. I'm hoping that's just something I can do online. But anyway, 1,000 Steps into Night. It's like really good. This one I just found on, yeah, Libby, and I think it's young adult, but the thing that I think made me pick it up was that it's compared to Spirited Away, and it is really giving me those vibes. I'm like I think I'm like 15 minutes into the audiobook and I'm already like, I know I'm going to like this. I think the writing is nice. He's meowing at the door. Maybe we can go on your stroller later, okay? We can go for a walk in the stroller later, just not right now. It's really hot. I know. Well, talk to the weatherman. Side note, little sidebar. I used to hate mustard with my entire being, and now I love mustard. Oh, okay, well, I don't love it that much. I just put so much on. Okay, so let me show you what I got at the yard sale, I guess. I got 2 books. They were selling their paperbacks for $2 each. Just a toonie. Probably not gonna be surprised that they're both winter themed, having to do with winter, snow. I know, I can't be stopped. So the first one that I saw that I grabbed is Midwinter Murder by Agatha Christie. Yes, I saw the snow, I read Midwinter, and I saw Miss Agatha Christie, and I was like, you're gonna come home with me. And also, floppy. She's so floppy. So, this is actually a collection of Agatha Christie shorter stories. Yeah, this is a collection of some shorter pieces, all having to do with murder, mystery. Winter takes place in the snow. You guys know I normally don't like short story collections, but I will make an exception for Agatha Christie. It's a collection of winter-themed stories from the Queen of Mystery, including the original version of Christmas Adventure, which has never before been released in the United States. Wow. It says the collection is kind of like created in mind to read around Christmas and Christmas time. So I think there's gonna be a lot of Christmassy stories in here too. They feature detectives like Poirot, Miss Marple, and yeah, it says it's a perfect holiday gift. It features ones like 3 Blind Mice, The Chocolate Box, A Christmas Tragedy, The Plymouth Express, The Mystery of Hunter's Lodge, that one I actually know, and Christmas Adventure. And then the other book I got is actually a reread, but oh, it smells really good. This one I've always wanted to own. I've only read the first one in the series. I listened to this on audiobook pretty recently. No, like 3 years ago. It's The Golden Compass. Yeah, it's The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, or his Dark Materials book 1, also known as The Northern Lights. I love this. I love this so much. I always didn't, like, I never thought I was gonna like this, and then I picked it up on audio and I fell in love with this. If you're unfamiliar with his Dark Materials, we follow this young girl named Lyra in this world. You can have little demon companions who kind of are just your little friends. They take on animal forms, and Lyra has a demon named Pentalimon, and she's also obsessed with her uncle because he goes to the Arctic. Yes, he's an Arctic explorer, and she's like, I just want to go with this guy. There's something weird going on up there. She eventually gets the chance to go up north with her uncle. She meets polar bears, but there's also a lot of sinister things going on. There's like these little creatures called the gobblers who I think steal children. I just love this. It's so sweet. It's so clever. And I love the like academia because she's brought up in Oxford, but the book is like split between Oxford and the Arctic, and it's just a blend of everything I love. So I need desperately to continue on with the series. I think at this point I'm just going to reread book 1, and yeah, I'm so excited. I have book 2, which is The Subtle Knife, I think, at my parents' house. So those are the 2 wintry books that I got at the yard sale. I wasn't meaning to buy any book, but when they're $2 a piece, come on. Okay, so here's my man. Hi, Bo. As you can see, he's currently sitting on my suitcase in this very empty corner. Exciting news. We are finally getting a little couch. It's not a couch, actually. It's technically a love seat. Let me sit like this and give you this update. This is really uncomfortable. I'm just on the floor. But, hi. So I finally, as you can see, it's so empty here. I've been saying for a little bit that I want to get just kind of like a love seat or something for this room because previously we just had, excuse me, the outdoor patio furniture in here, which is really uncomfortable to sit on. You can't cuddle on it at all, and it's just not great. So to watch TV, we've literally just been sitting on the floor. I was kind of against buying anything, buying anything new, buying any furniture for the place because I don't know realistically how much longer I'm gonna be here, right, Bubba? My partner was like, Emma, we're gonna use it, we're gonna have it, just buy it. And they are correct. So we got a nice like cream, it's like one of those round cuddle chairs. You'll see it because it's getting delivered tomorrow and I'm really excited. So it's going right here in this big empty space and I'm really happy because I haven't really had anywhere to sit and read. I've just been sitting in my new office chair. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that. And then my suitcase is out here and Mr. is laying in it because I'm gonna be going on a trip this weekend. No, wait, yeah, this weekend? I don't know when it will be when you're actually seeing this. Speaking of Nova Scotia, earlier this morning, I will be going back. I will be going back. I was just there. That was the last trip I was on and I will be heading back this time just with my parents. So it'll be me and my parents going and I'm really excited because we are going to some different places and for a bit longer. So it was also pretty stressful because we had everything booked like a while ago and then the wildfires started really badly, mostly just around and outside of Halifax, I believe. It's been, yeah, just incredibly sad. So many houses are burning down and we were like, you know what, we should just cancel because number one, it's not safe, obviously, but thank goodness that they have had like so much rain now and it looks like they've gotten things a little bit more under control and the province has lifted different bans, travel bans, evacuation orders, and trail bans as well. So it looks like everything is okay for us to go, especially because we are not staying anywhere near the current fires. So yeah, we do need to pack today because I have been putting off packing because we didn't know if we were actually going to end up going or not. So today we're going to pack a suitcase, which means you got to get out of it because you can't come. You're staying here. You're going to stay here and chill with the boyfriend who is his human anyway. As much as Calcifer, I know he loves me. I can see it in his face, in his behavior, in his actions. My partner is Calcifer's person. He is obsessed with my boyfriend. That is who Calcifer really truly loves. I am the spare. Okay, so everything that you just watched me throw in here, don't worry, I'm not taking it all. Hold on, you have dust on you. I just, when I'm packing, at least for this time because it's a bit more rushed, I guess, not really, I just take out everything from my closet that I'm like, oh, that could be good to bring, and then I throw it in here, and then, you know, I'm gonna make my final decisions now. Anyway, I'm a little bit stressing because I have an essay due. It is due like while I'm on my trip, so I need to get it done before the trip, which means I only have this week to do it. Honestly, the essay situation has been a little bit crazy. I've never had this much writing to do. I just finished an essay last night, and it's been this way for at least like a month now. The moment I finish one essay, I immediately need to start the next one because they've been so staggered, which is nice, but that means there's never been a moment for like a month straight where I'm not writing an essay, and also I have my thesis in the background as well. The one I handed in last night was on H is for Hawk by Helen MacDonald. Did not like that book, really didn't really enjoy reading it. It was a memoir, but I did enjoy, here's the thing, the essays I really do enjoy reading or writing. Like I really love writing essays. I'm really good at it. I know that. My marks have been incredible, honestly. I feel like I can brag about that because, you know, there hasn't been that much else stellar in my life going on, but the grades are always good. But as much as I love doing it, like it really takes something out of me. It's something I put too much of myself into. It's too exhaustive, and I need to learn to just write an essay quickly and do it without putting too much of myself in it. Like just write it, get it done, send it in. So that's the goal for this week with this essay. This one is for my Shakespeare course that I'm currently taking. I haven't totally decided on my thesis or subject matter yet, which I need to because I need to start writing it today. But I think I'm going to be writing on Richard III. I actually finished Richard II yesterday. Yeah, I finished Richard II yesterday. And listen, while I do concede that Richard II is better, it's better written, it's just better written, it's a better written play than Richard III. He wrote Richard II after Richard III. I honestly still prefer Richard III. It has its problems. It's way too long. It's way too bloated. It could be really edited. But I just love the subject matter. I like the history better. I think it's more entertaining, and I really like Richard III. Like I really like that Richard and what he has to say. So I think I'm gonna do my essay on Richard III. So these, I know that these are coming with me. These are some of my favorite PJs. It's just this really nice green set, very soft, very comfortable. My mom got me these for Christmas last year, so I can link these down below, but I know that these are absolutely coming with me, so that is one thing that's coming. And then I'll probably just bring one more set of pajamas because some of the cottages, we're staying in a bunch of cottages in Nova Scotia. I think at least three different cottages as we travel around the province, but I think some of them may have washers and dryers, or maybe they don't. So Richard III, the essay topics are a little, I think what I'm gonna write about is, one of them is like about the representations of violence. So, I mean, there's a lot of violence in Richard III. My thesis absolutely cannot just turn into hurt people. Like, that's what I cannot let happen because that is just so basic. Richard III is deformed. He has different deformities affecting him. Shakespeare definitely takes the historical record and pushes it. He adds a lot of things to Richard that he may or may not have had, especially as his skeleton, I think, was just discovered in that, well, not just, I don't know how many years ago now, but they found him in a parking lot. They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot over Richard III's grave. So because Richard is disfigured, he's also the last Plantagenet king. He is like, you know what, even though my brother is on the throne and we're technically in peacetime, I can't. Like, I can't deal with peace. I must be a villain. I crave violence. So he starts to work his way up to the throne by basically killing everyone. Like, he just kills everyone. Everyone is dead. Okay, so those are my two pajamas. I'm also gonna bring, this is really weird, pack with me and talk about Richard III. I'm gonna bring this, just a workout tank top, because we're doing a lot of hiking again. That is the main goal of, I think, a lot of my trips, is just to hike, and I'm glad that my parents feel the same way. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of hiking, hopefully a lot of nature trails. I know we're going whale watching, which is really exciting. So at least one hiking shirt must come, and then I'll probably just bring some casual t-shirts for the rest. Yeah. Richard is like, I'm going to be a villain because you all vilify me anyway because of my appearance and my deformities, so the joke is now on you because I'm gonna kill you all, which is fair enough. But he has some really interesting interactions with women, shall we say. He has some machinations to marry some different people. The first person he marries is Anne. The play is set just as the War of the Roses comes to an end, which ends with the death of Richard. Spoilers, but not really, because that's history. Okay, Something I have to admit to you, I just bought this sweater. I bought this, the first sweater I had of this is my gray one. I wear all the time. I bought 4 different of it. I bought 4 different of it. Yeah, they're all the same, but I bought them because I just love it so much. I love the fit of this. It's so comfortable. So this is one of the new ones I got in this peachy color. I'm probably gonna bring, yeah, here it is. This is the one I'm talking about. I love the softness. Oh my gosh. So I think I'm gonna bring both of these because the weather is not, it's not Ontario summer. Ontario summer is so hot, so humid, really disgusting, suffocating with heat, but Nova Scotia, it's not really that hot. So I'm gonna definitely need some sweaters for at least the nights and maybe the days, because I think Cape Breton right now, which is where I'll be going for a little bit too, it's only like 13 degrees last time I checked. So yeah, that would be nice. So bringing this, but like I was saying, Anne, he goes up to Anne as she's literally passing by with her dead husband, because it's like their funeral procession, and Richard goes up to her and he's like, oh hi, do you want to marry me? And Anne is like, you absolutely cursed devil from hell, you killed my husband, you killed my father-in-law. No. Richard proceeds to absolutely charm the literal pants, well I guess not pants, layers of dresses off of this woman in the next 5 pages. So by the end of it, in front of her dead husband, whose corpse is still bleeding out, she's like, okay, marry me then. Like, just marry me, that's fine. So he marries her. He doesn't actually love her, he kills her off in the next few scenes. And then after that, he's like, well, I kind of need a wife now that I'm king. I need something to cement my rule and stop any competitors. So who does he go after next? His own niece, whose name I think is also Elizabeth. And so this time, because she's a literal child, he doesn't go to her, he goes to Elizabeth's mother, Queen Elizabeth, the late Queen Elizabeth, because she was the wife of Richard's brother, who died, you know, in mysterious circumstances. It's like, okay, give me your daughter. And she's like, no, what is wrong with you? And again, at the end of those pages, even though Richard has just killed off her 2 sons, which, well, I don't know if that's historically accurate. No one really knows, I don't think, if they were actually killed by Richard or if they were taken. Anyway, she's like, okay, fine, you can have my daughter. So it's like, what I'm thinking my thesis might be about is like how violence is so quickly forgotten in Richard III, at least in these scenes. Like, it's like Anne literally has her dead husband's corpse in front of her and she's like, okay, yeah, sure. And then Queen Elizabeth, who has just had her husband and her sons killed, is like, oh, okay, sure, you can have my daughter. It's just really weird. And I think there's a lot of stuff like that that happens in Richard III that makes people be like, what is going on? Like, there's no, like, this just would not really happen. So I think I don't know if it makes Richard III a weaker play, although it is definitely, I think, a weaker play overall to Richard II at least, but it just seems weird. It just seems weird to me. So like, I feel like there's something I want to talk about in there, that like these people literally have family members dead in front of them and they just like forget about the violence, like it's not even there. We'll see what that thesis amounts to. I don't know. Okay, so I have 3 pairs of shorts. 2 of these are thrifted. These are like my favorite, just comfy, cozy workout shorts. These are thrifted. Most of these are thrifted. So you have these ones. I think I might wear this on the plane. Yeah, I think I might wear this on the plane because there's one thing I cannot be, and that is warm. I cannot be warm. I will not tolerate being warm. I would rather freeze my butt off on the plane. Okay, and then these ones I'm gonna pack. These ones are also thrifted from ThredUp. I don't know where these are actually from. No, mystery. But I love these because they have the little spandex shorts underneath. And they're also just so comfortable. Oh my gosh. And then these ones are also really comfy, and I really like this color. It's like a very dusky pinky beige. They're more pink in person. So I think those are just 3 good pairs of shorts, and then I brought 1 pair of jean shorts if we go into town or something. Okay. And then I'm gonna bring just this plain blue t-shirt for hiking, which will be good. I'm gonna bring 1 plain white tank top. This is my plane shirt. I wear this shirt on basically every plane ride I go on. I don't know, it's from Aerie. It's just so comfortable and so lightweight. So yeah, this is just my comforting plain shirt that I literally always wear. Like I wore this on the plane to Banff, to Iceland. I don't know if I need sweatpants necessarily, but I'm gonna bring these hiking pants. These ones I bought like specifically to go to Iceland, and they are just so good because they're also waterproof and wind resistant. So I love these so much. And then I'm gonna bring one pair of my Lulus, the Aligns. I'm probably gonna bring the blue ones because these are a bit thicker. I think they're only thicker because, you know, they're pretty good at making their leggings not see-through because this is a lighter blue, but I'm gonna bring these ones anyway. This time I am gonna bring this big camera with me, and I'm gonna do a whole Nova Scotia vlog because last time I got some clips, but not too much. But this one I really want to show you just the beauty of Nova Scotia. I think it deserves so much love, and I'm so excited because we're gonna be staying in a pretty remote place, pretty remote area, and I hope there's just gonna be so much nature, so many animals. Yeah, I'm really excited. I do want to give you some reading updates now because I feel like it's been a while. I'm currently reading 3 books for school, and then I have an audiobook on the go, which is fun. Let me tell you about that one first. Let's talk about the fun one first because I have been the amount of reading. So the audiobook, loving it so much. I wish I had more time to devote to this one. I feel like I might even end up buying it if I really like it, and that is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Oh, this was gonna be such a hit or miss for me, and it's not a miss, it's a hit. It has gotten very popular on BookTube and stuff, and I was very just hesitant about it because the cover screams, I don't know, it screams maybe it's not for Emma, but this is so sweet, so comforting. It's not, I was thinking it was gonna be a little bit obnoxious. I can find kind of magical, whimsical books like these about magic set in our contemporary world oftentimes to be obnoxious, over the top. They really annoy me, they really grate on me. But The Very Secret Society is not doing that. It's making me smile, and I'm really happy about that because it takes quite, I think, a light touch with a lot of gravity behind it to pull off, at least for me and like my personal taste, these kind of books. So in this one we have this witch. She is a witch, her name is Mika, and witches in this world, like, no one knows there's witches. You can't have a bunch of witches together because, number one, that means there's like too much magic concentrated in one place, and that means it's more likely to kind of blow up, have accidents, and of course make the chances of people noticing them and seeing them a lot more high, shall we say. So every like 3 months, all of the witches in, I don't know if it's Brighton specifically, just in, I guess, this area of England, they come together and they have a meeting. It's quite strict, and so Mika has been really much on her own for almost all of her life. Like, she doesn't have any friends. She obviously can't tell people she's a witch. She doesn't really have any other witchy friends. And so one day, just kind of for fun, she decides to make one of those witchy accounts on like Instagram, I think, where she makes videos of her being a witch, but she does it in such a way that she's just like, it's a spoof, it's not real, it's like a parody. She's just kind of hopping on the bandwagon of a lot of other people who make spells and, I don't know, just make little live streams of her witchiness. Like, if you want a potion for this, she's gonna tell you it, but it's not actually gonna be real. Like, she's hiding her witchiness in plain sight. That's going fine until someone actually messages her on Instagram. They slide into her DMs and they're like, hey, we need a witch for our house. Can you come work for us, please? She thinks it's kind of like a joke, but she decides to go check it out anyway. It's all the way over in Norfolk, and she goes to the house. It's called Nowhere House. And what does she see except for 3 young children? All 3 of them are witches, and they need someone desperately to take care of them, to show them the ropes, to keep them concealed and safe. And you have this man, this elderly man, his name is Ian, his husband Ken, their cook, and their librarian, and it is such, I already love it. I already love everyone. And then if I wasn't already sold with like the whimsical writing, the light touch, the like gravity of the situation underlying everything and the light sprinkling of humor. The love interest, there's also a dash of romance, which is great. It's really not a prime feature yet by any means, which is also nice. But the love interest is Irish. When I tell you, when there's an Irish character, especially if there's a love interest, in a book, I'm there. I'm having just a good time with this one, and I really wish I had more time to listen to it because I would fly through it, but I've really had to, I just haven't had time to listen to it. So that's the audiobook situation. Highly recommend if you, like me, have been hesitant about this one because it's delivering, and I just really love that, like, he's kind of fed up. He doesn't want her there because he's like, we're doing fine by ourselves. He's very standoffish. He doesn't really want a new person coming in and potentially risking the safety of everyone. And I just think they're gonna have so many fun encounters in the future, like just batting heads and stuff. So I have Good Morning Midnights by Jean Reese. This one I'm reading for my thesis. I think I might use this alongside Dance, Dance, Dance for Talk About Hotels because Good Morning Midnight is set in the interwar period in Paris. She's staying in hotels, like one hotel after the other, and their structure really comes to aggravate her, and the hotels serve to dredge up so many memories of the past. So as you can see, I'm annotating the bejeebies out of it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm 93 pages through. Oh, this is quite poop. That's too much. Let me tell you about this one because so many of you guys have specifically asked me to tell you when I start it, and I've started it. I started last night, so now I'm telling you. I'm a day late, I'm sorry. That is The Motorcycle Diaries. This is for my Latin American Lit course. This is actually the last novel for the course, and then I have like my big research paper and then the final. So last piece, I'm a little bit sad, but according to you, maybe they have saved the best for last. That is that one. I'll update you as it goes. And then finally we have Monkey Beach by Eden Robinson. So shiny. This one I am 106 pages through. This one I'm really enjoying. I'm very interested because it says on the back that this is Canada's response to 100 Years of Solitude. So, I mean, that's, yeah, we'll see. So Monkey Beach is set in British Columbia, all the way out on the west coast, kind of the northwest coast of British Columbia. We're following this girl named Lisa. The novel begins when her brother Jimmy goes missing out at sea. Like, he's on a boat, and they get the call that no one, like, the boat's gone. No one knows where he is, no one knows where the other crew members are. He's a very strong swimmer, so the likelihood is that hopefully he's okay. So her parents go out to where the boat was last seen. She stays at home, she's grieving, but the synopsis, even though it hasn't happened so far in the book, the synopsis says that she sets off alone in search of Jimmy through the Douglas Channel and heads for Monkey Beach. It's called Monkey Beach because this is a beach, I think that's most famous for its Sasquatch sightings. So and Jimmy, when he was younger, like, there's a ton of flashbacks. We constantly are being pitched back to Lisa's childhood, but Jimmy was obsessed with finding Sasquatches. So yeah, so far it's so beautiful at evoking the scenery, the landscape of northwestern British Columbia. This is a place of mountains, fog, seals. There's a lot of Heisla storytelling put into here. I love everyone in this book, like every single character I feel attached to. I feel like this hasn't happened in a really long time, but I just feel like I love them. I feel like I love every single person in this novel, and there's just such a vivacious human spirit in this. Like, the characters really are coming across and making me very attached to them. So loving Monkey Beach, loving Good Morning Midnight, loving Very Secret Society of Witches, and I'm sure I will enjoy this once I actually put my foot in it. So that is everything I'm currently reading. I am supposed to be reading A Midsummer Night's Dream, but I'm trying to cut myself some slack this week, and because I've already read A Midsummer Night's Dream, I'm not gonna reread this one right now. I have too much else going on.